Um, I'm not for or against gun ownership. It's got its uses. A gun is a tool. Money is a tool. Until we recognize a wrench, a baseball bat, these things can be used as a tool or a weapon, a constructive thing or a destructive thing. There's a light and a dark side to everything. And if we don't start approaching each subject in the intention of uncovering the light side and dark sides about them and restoring uh, the right to humans to be human, then we're just going to keep going down this deep, dark path that we're on. And it could be that that's what has to happen, that we have to erupt into violence as a nation before before change occurs. And I definitely see that happening this November if the presidential race is not conducted in a fair and honest spirit. It may not happen at that time, but we've got 4 more years of chaos and crisis ahead of us. And I see it happening then. Even if they can somehow reestablish that wall of disbelief between white America and their TVs, then they can win. If they can get away with their dirty tricks. Now, believe it or not, I'm not 100% against Republicans. I am 100% against Roger Stone politics. I watched the documentary on Netflix on Roger Stone. Did you? You should. It will not only make him a little more of a person, but it will give you a little more view into his mindset and the mindset that he's propagated and others have caught on to. There are, you want to talk deep state. There is a university in Virginia specifically designed around the principles of maintaining the oligarchs and basically using the structure of government to allow those in power to do whatever they want. And this is not something that I dug up. It's something somebody else dug up. And it certainly needs to be looked at. But I'm not here to promote conspiracy theories. I'm not here to make you think that I'm some secret organization. I'm one voice shouting into the blizzard of misinformation, encouraging people to think for themselves, to create their own life, to create a world for their children that includes freedom of choice, and as well as the ability to seek wisdom. We're not allowed to seek wisdom because of the structure of our information flow in society right now. Everything's designed to keep you from gaining wisdom, to keep you in a tactical frame of mind rather than a strategy frame of mind. As long as you're always looking at a crisis or a threat, and as long as there's somebody there to restore order for you, you will never take action or change your mind or do anything, because we place our faith in those we choose or who have been chosen for us. So if there's any one revolutionary thought in all of this, it's that we need to choose our leaders for ourselves instead of allowing them to be chosen for us. In a lot of ways, the Democrats have a really good machine set up for people to effect change. But when you don't effect change, if you continue allowing 100 things to be executed wrongly because one got fixed correctly, then you didn't make any progress. And when you're working on fixing this one tree of inherent racism in our country, there's another tree. All the other trees are being chopped down at the same time. So until you can quit getting distracted, until we can truly build a grassroots movement based on respect, not fear-based respect, but true respect. Fear-based respect is the kind of respect you give to the police. Fear-based respect is the respect you give to the authorities in government. If you don't respect them, you will be punished for it. And that's the kind of respect that is taught in Southern Fried Christianity. It's the kind of lack of respect that I grew up with. That lack of respect continues on through my parents to this day and to many people in Christianity. You're not going to change their hearts and their minds because they have spent their whole life giving themselves a round of applause for their beliefs, patting themselves on the back for doing their best to be a good person. And Christianity lets you do that without ever taking action to make the world around you a better place. It perpetuates Christianity because as long as the world is broken, Christianity is there to scoop them up. As well as give, you got to keep your herd replenished. So that's herd mentality. Southern Fried Christianity. White Southern Fried Christianity. Now, I want to talk about the gun culture for a second because you can't mess with the gun culture. You're not going to win because that is their reach for personal power. That is the whole idea of hunting is to be able to put food on your table when the government fails you, when the system breaks down. They have an innate distrust of the system. It's interwoven into their language in every which way. So we're not speaking the same language as them. We're not approaching them from their set of values. And we have no counter for their set of values because they're just simply reading out of one book with wax in their ears and getting all their thinking done, whether it be from the pulpit or the radio host or the politician. It's all the same thing. You look for somebody to follow. You look for somebody to identify with. And, sure, Trump is a counter-puncher. Okay, that means he's a retaliator. That's just narcissism. And they put a pretty bow on it to make it sound nice for their constituents because, you can always make an ugly thing sound good. And that's what the Republicans are experts at. We need to forget about what the Republicans are saying or what the liberals are saying. And first settle down, decide what we want to hear. We really want to hear how the things that happen in our government affect our lives. And we want to hear that they're affecting our lives in a positive direction. No matter who you are, no matter where you come from, no matter what your culture or color or your creed is in the United States, you want a safe place to live, a purpose-filled life. Without a purpose, life is hopeless. We don't want to be a welfare state. People do not want to be a welfare state. Those that need help need to get the help that they need. It doesn't matter about who deserves what or anything like that. This is about humanity and how we are going to govern ourselves.